Hey, this is Matt Urtz, the Madison County historian. We are still working to document how the COVID-19 pandemic has impacted different businesses, organizations, people. And today we have Leo Matzke, the executive director of Camp Lookout in Georgetown. Leo, thanks for being here today.
My pleasure. Thank you very much for asking us.
So, for those that aren't familiar, explain what Camp Lookout is.
Okay. Camp Lookout started actually in 1922. Next year we will be celebrating our 100th anniversary. And it started out for children whose parents had tuberculosis out of a small home in Casanova. And over the years, we've moved to several different places and to where we are now, actually outside of Morrisville, West Eaton to be exact, where we have 154 acres and we take in now what used to be 40 children a week. We now have over 700 kids a summer. They all go for free. The purpose of the camp has stayed the same, in terms of answering a need for the children of the county. Again, as I mentioned initially, the need was for children whose parents had tuberculosis. Well, we still have a need. The only way the children can come to camp, in fact, is if there is a need. And roughly 80% of our children fall within the federal guidelines of poverty. We do a lot of solicitation in United Ways and community chests, and people have been very generous over the years to us that has enabled us to build up to 700 kids a summer.
How long have you been associated with it?
I've been with camp since 1975.
So you're coming up on your 45th anniversary.
Yes, I am. I'm the oldest member there. Yes, including all our board members. Yes, I'm the oldest.
So when did COVID kind of appear on your guys' radar? Because you don't do a winter camp, I don't believe. So you're kind of prepping and getting ready for the summer, and everyone else is dealing with it in the moment.
Yes, and in fact, what you just in your question actually is the answer. We start. I have an excellent board that I work for, and my person who's taking my place her name is Jamie Daggert, because I'm retiring regretfully because of some illnesses. I have had to give up my role, and now I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. Oh, in January, thank you. In January, we already start thinking about what we're going to do, and so this virus came up on the radar actually as we started planning, and it was always our intent to run camp, to figure out ways to work it out so that the children could still come in spite of the virus. But the closer we got, and the restrictions that were put on, which were good restrictions, made it almost impossible to operate a residential children's camp. One of the main things of our camp is the fact of the interaction with the children. We don't claim that we have a lot of money for a lot of programs. That is not our purpose. Our purpose is for children interacting with other children so that they can see that, hey, we have some problems. The children have some problems in their lives, but they're not alone. Other children have issues also. And by sharing these issues with these kids, they bond with each other. And that's our purpose. So that when they leave camp at the end of the week, they feel good about themselves and they realize that they're not alone, that other children are dealing with these issues also. And there are ways to actually seek people in their community to overcome these obstacles. That's our purpose. And our problem, though, is you can't run a residential camp and have children hug each other. And without that hug, it's kind of lost its meaning.
When did you guys make the formal decision that you weren't going to open this year?
Yes, well, actually, the board made that decision probably late May when the schools decided they got what they have to do. I just saw a lot of camps by late May. A lot of camps had already decided not to run. We really did not want to give up the ship, so to speak. But we felt we got to the point where we just could not run a camp with the all the restrictions placed on us, and they were good restrictions. They were not, they were restrictions we supported. The hugging, this virus has been, the it's so strange, and and the virus is at this point right now we still don't understand it. So it's we did not want to be part of where we spread it. And our children come from throughout the county. It's not like it's one place. If and the cabins themselves, you have 8, 9 children within a small space of a cabin, and excuse the expression, it's like a petri dish. There is no, if a child brought in the disease, and heaven forbid, they wouldn't know it because it's 5 days. You can spread the disease before you have see signs of it. So yeah, we were put in a situation that we had to agree with and did not want to, but for the sake of the community and the county and all the children in the county, it was best.
Are you guys doing anything since the campus closed? Are you undertaking any projects or anything to maybe take advantage of the opportunity to do some stuff you otherwise wouldn't be able to do?
Absolutely, we are. We went with Plan B. We struggled because we had to give up, let's say, Plan A, which is bringing all the children. But so yes, we looked at what can we do to make the most of the situation, and actually, Plan B has turned out well. There's 2 parts to it. We tried to relate to the children in the communities by doing Facebook entities, virtual camp on our own Facebook page. We have a counselor and training program that we have been reached out to. This for young teens, 14 to 50-year-olds. That's actually on our web page, so the kids who want to come back next year as junior counselors can do so by completing certain projects on this counselor and training. And the second part, though, was it gave us an opportunity to upgrade our physical plant. So especially with the 100-year anniversary next year coming. So we've been able to hire some of the staff who they've now stained all the buildings, painted the windows. We've taken the screens out and redid all the screens. Today, in fact, as you and I are talking, they're working on upgrading the bathroom. So yes, we have been able to take advantage of the opportunity and actually turn it into a plus.
How do you think in the long run COVID-19 is going to impact how the camp operates?
Well, I'm concerned. Actually, I'm concerned about next year too. I just don't think, looking at what's happening across our country, that I'm not sure we're going to get a handle on it. I realize on the national level the concern is going to be with the flu also coming this fall, but and that's going to even make things worse. But I think a year from now, if we don't have a vaccination in place, I think we're going to go through the same thing, regretfully. Now, with a vaccination in place, I noticed Russia has mentioned in the news that they have one ready to roll. I know that our own country in the United States, we have such great people and great scientists, great doctors, great nurses, great medical group, that they'll have something for us. And I'm assuming that the vaccination will fall in the same place as shot records do now, that if a child will not be able to come to camp unless, that is in place. So I'm assuming, I'm hoping that next year that will be in place, and that will enable us to move forward with what we do best, and that is to run a children's residential camp for the children of the county. I think we need to be prepared in case that's not ready.
Is there anything else you'd like to say to campers or folks about Camp Lookout?
Well, first, I'd like to say something to you, Matt, that this is, I'm very grateful to you for allowing us this opportunity to present the children's camp to all the people. I want the people to know that we were disheartened and heartbroken, really, that we were not able to run camp. It's very personal. Camp's very personal. fall in love with the children, and the children fall in love with you. Not me so much, but with the campus counselors and the director, who they have direct intervention with, and we were crushed. We could not run camp, and this opportunity that you're giving us right now, just to share those thoughts with everybody. I'm very grateful to you. Thank you.
Thank you. And many years ago, I was actually a CIT, I think for 2 summers.
I know.
So I got to experience Camp Lookout, and what a wonderful place it was for all the kids that were involved. It was really, really unique experience. I was lucky that I had a teacher that is very involved like you were, and had a wonderful experience with it.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you for taking the time to do this. Go back to enjoying your time with your family, and hopefully we will be talking with you, because I'm working with Mr. Burton on the history of it. So hopefully we'll be talking to you soon about that.
Oh, good. Yeah, we do have quite a history. In fact, this summer actually is going to add a lot to our history. So
yeah, we've got a lot of the tuberculosis statistics. It's very interesting. So we're looking.
Also, forgive me for bragging, but for the board, but we have gone, when I first started camp 45 years ago, you could not run a radio and a hairdryer at the same time. And the water came from the lake, and we had to chlorinate it by hand. So if something was swimming in your glass of water, you kind of stabbed it.
Well, and it's funny because you must have gotten involved almost directly after you bought the facility from the camp that was based out of Syracuse that came there, because I think that was about 1973.
That's correct. That's correct.
So you came right in when you got the waterfront property.
Okay. Yeah, we do have a great history, actually. We do. And,
it really is unique. And not only that, but the camp that existed at your site before you has a really unique history.
Yes, it did.
So there's kind of 2 stories to be told there, but I will be talking to you soon. Stay safe, sir, and be healthy.
Thank you. And you the same. Take care. Thank you. And thank you very much for doing this.
Have a good day now.
You too.